So when I say new tradition, that's probably just one of the many. And when I say that, if I were to call my parents traditional, when you hear that word, you probably think that they don't speak a lot of English and that they are probably very, the traditional mindset when I hear a traditional monk person is someone who is only advocates Hmong traditions only. They don't like to explore new options. They don't like to, or they don't explore new options. It's not that they don't like to. They just like to stick to their old ways. When I say new, it's almost like a hybrid where my parents, they are still extremely traditional, but they explore new things too. They speak very good English. They both have educations. They both have bachelor degrees. And they're both still yet very involved in the Hmong community. If my grandmother was to pass away, they would do a very traditional funeral with a new twist. They are not, they don't follow shamanism or animism anymore, so they would incorporate different values and have a 3-day funeral for my grandma, for example, but they'll do other things. They'll invite a church pastor. They'll have a much more extravagant kind of ordeal. Yeah, so I guess that's just a part of it. A lot of traditional families, they don't really focus on like that dynamic or development of a relationship with their children necessarily. It's not a bad thing. It's just there's just more of a power distance between like a father and a son in a traditional family. The father doesn't spend as much time with their children. It's not it's not a bad way, but it's just something they have very specific roles. But in a new tradition family, my dad still has that power distance, but he tries to do certain things. You can see the difference in my older brother and my younger brother. My dad will try to spend more time with my younger brother or talk to my younger brother about different conversations that he never had with my older brother because my dad learned a lot of more things when he had my younger brother in 95 compared to when he had my older brother in 87. So just the conversations they have are completely different. My dad will openly talk about sex with my younger brother, but he's never talked about that topic with my older brother ever. My dad put my older brother through a lot more discipline and hard work, but it never really hung out with my older brother. But my dad took my younger brother out to a lot more things and activities, and my dad would go to my younger brother's like choir concerts and just a lot more like hands-on, just because he grew up and matured and realized, oh, these are things that American parents do. They have to be involved. They have to show their children that a certain type of style of love. But that's just something that my father never went to my older brother's football games. So it's just like traditionally there's that power distance, but the new tradition, the gap closes a little bit. There's new things incorporated into it. Yeah.